Tonight, we're gonna make lobster mac and cheese in the crock pot. I'm gonna start cooking the mac and cheese in the crock pot. All the noodles, cheese, milk, all that good stuff is gonna start cooking in here. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start prepping the lobster kind of off to the side so we can get that in the oven, get it cooking so we can add it to the mixture at the end. This recipe, what you're gonna need is just a box or a pound of elbow macaroni, half a stick of butter chopped up into chunks there, 4 ounces of cream cheese, or 2 cups of whole milk, and then we went ahead and added 1 cup of heavy whipping cream as well. Just make sure that your noodles and everything are all level. We're just gonna continually stir this as it melts. Put the lid on. It should take an hour and a half, 2 hours approximately. You just have to keep an eye on it as it cooks. Now it's time to prep the lobster. So all we're gonna do here is just simply cut up the tail, lay the meat out up on top of the shell, and then we're gonna bake these in the oven. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my kitchen shears here, right down the center of the back, and you wanna just do your best to keep it straight. But we wanna make sure we don't cut all the way through the tail. Now we're able to just take these and crack them. And you want to be careful with these because these are quite sharp. So then you want to take it and make sure you devein it. And all you do is you can reach down in there and the tail meat just kind of pulls right off the shell. You just lift it up like that, fold the shell underneath of it, and then let that meat lay out on top of the lobster tail like that. We got our lobster tails prepped here, and I just whipped up a little garlic butter mixture. So we're gonna go ahead and brush this on to each of our lobster tails. The oven is set to 450 degrees. I'm just gonna take some of Derek Wolf, who is over the fire cooking, and throw some of his chipotle garlic seasoning over the top. We're gonna take our lobster tails that have the butter garlic mixture as well as the chipotle garlic seasoning on top. And I've got the oven heated to 450 degrees. We're gonna let them cook for 12 to 15 minutes or until an internal temperature of 135 degrees. Once your noodles start to get chewy and they're kind of cooked, that's when we're gonna go ahead and add our cheese. Got 2 to 3 cups of Colby Jack cheese shredded in here. Lobster out of the oven at 135. Now I'm going to go ahead and chunk it up here so it's ready to mix into our mac and cheese that is just finishing up. Kind of wiggle them back and forth, pull them out of the tail, and then we'll just make a cut down the center. And we'll just chunk it up like that. So we went ahead and dished out the mac and cheese. We put the lobster into it. Went a little heavy on the cheese and the mac and cheese. I would definitely say dial it down a little bit. But it's still good. And so we threw lobster in there. Lobster was cooked to perfection, tastes excellent, and it was super simple to make. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. The lobster has excellent flavor and really adds to the mac and cheese. We didn't add a lot of extra different types of cheeses or seasonings or anything to the mac and cheese. It can sometimes get kind of bland, so I would just recommend using some seasonings or some salts in it. But the lobster really takes care of that and eliminates the need for any of the extra flavor. So go ahead and give this Delicious Take a try and let us know what you think. Like I said, dial it back on the cheese a little bit and I think it'll be excellent.